Hello, I'm GG Reader, and today I will be doing a review on The Kingdom of Copper. The Kingdom of Copper is the sequel to The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. The main characters in the story are the same from the first book. From the last book, we left off where Dara Yabahush, who is an Ashran warrior, was killed by Prince Ali. Kaveh, the king's Grand Wizard, was in the process of secretly getting Dara Yabahu's emerald ring to Maniza the Nahid. He successfully gets the ring to her, and Dara is resurrected from the dead. Now he's alive. So Kaveh has secretly traveled out of Davosbad to Dashlut, a desert in southern Davostana. There, Dara finds he has been resurrected by Maniza with the help of an Ifrit demon by the name of Vizarish, and with the help of Kaveh, who brought the ring to them. Maniza has made a pact with the Ifrit demon in order to bring Dara back. Part of the pact is that Vizarish wants the emerald ring Dara used to wear. He wants to keep it for himself, so Vizarish, the Ifrit demon, wants to use the ring to steal Prince Ali's soul when they kill him. So Manasseh agrees and gives him the ring. So Dara found out that he's been freed from Solomon's curse, but can't enter Dababad now because he's part Ifrit. But the good thing is, because he's freed from Solomon's curse, he no longer has to wear a vessel. So he doesn't have to wear the emerald ring anymore to stay alive. The bad news is that he's under Maniza's command now because she conjured him, and it's sort of like he's sort of like her personal slave now. The good news is that he doesn't much mind because they basically have the same agenda. So she's not asking or commanding him to do anything outside of what he really already wants to do, and that's to overthrow Davosbad and kill King Kazan. But Dara Yabahush doesn't want the king dead as so much as he wants Ali dead. Dara's top and foremost agenda is to kill Ali because Ali is the one who killed him right after he ran away with Nari. Dara's other main agenda is to get back with Nari and save her from the royal family that she was forced to marry into. So Maniza, Vazarish the demon, and Dara, along with 40 men Dara is training, have set up camp in the desolate part of the northern Davostana. The 40 men who Dara is training are royal guards who've defected from Davosbad because they were tired of being under the rule of King Kazan. These are all of their plans they have set into place. I have to add that all the while they have been camping and training, Davostana, Kaveh, the king's grand wizard, has been secretly traveling back and forth to visit them to keep up to par on the plans. Now I have to catch up everyone on who Maniza is. Maniza used to live in Davabad and worked in a palace as King Kazan's healer. And she's also Nari's mother, but Nari doesn't know she's alive. She and Kaveh were close friends. In fact, they were lovers. They were much younger then. No one knows but the two of them that Maniza is the mother of Kaveh's son. That's right. Jamshid is Maniza's son. Maniza is Kaveh's baby mama, which means Jamshid is Nari's brother. The other thing is that King Kazan hates Maniza. The reason being is because he blames her for his first wife's death. Maniza went off on a short trip, when his first wife, Sophia, was sick. But Maniza didn't make it back in time to heal her, so Sophia died. Prince Muntadir doesn't like Maniza either. Sophia was Muntadir's mother. Remember, Prince Ali and Princess Zainab are by Gazan's second wife, Hatset. So we find out that she has a long history with the royal family and the Gaziri people, even though they all think she's dead. She faked her own death, but we don't find out why yet. But speaking of Manasseh and her children, namely her son Jamshid, not only do we find out he's her son, but we find out that he and his best friend, Prince Muqtadir, have a secret. So many secrets come out in this sequel. Anyway, we find out that Prince Muqtadir and Jamshid are more than friends. They're gay lovers. That's right, Muqtadir, the womanizing, hard partying, wine drinking playboy, has a secret lover, and Jamshid is his name, Kaveh's son. Which brings us to Nari. In the last book, she was intimidated and blackmailed by King Ghazan into marrying Prince Muqtadir. 5 years have gone by, and even though they are married, they still can't stand each other. They don't even sleep in the same bed or the same room, but they did consummate their marriage. King Ghazan wants them to produce her heir, but soon after they were married, Nari, along with her teacher and mentor, conjured up a contraceptive so she wouldn't get pregnant. Nari doesn't intend on giving Ghazan, King Ghazan, an heir. So guess what else she didn't intend on? She didn't intend on finding out her husband had a gay lover. So anyway, she found out by accident. As I said, they sleep in separate rooms and they can't stand each other. But once in a while, they have assigned meetings to try to conceive a child. But of course, Muqtadir doesn't know that Nari is taking a contraceptive. So anyway, one night, when she's supposed to meet in his room, she shows up early because she wants to get it over with ASAP. She walks in on Muqtadir and Jamshid having a conversation out on the balcony, out on his balcony. They don't see her. Muqtadir is telling Jamshid about an argument he had with his father. Jamshid is trying to console him. Jamshid cradles Muqtadir's head in his hands as they stare at each other's lips, and then suddenly they kiss. Nari takes it all in, and she hides behind a plant. So Jamshid pushes Muqtadir away and tells him, "I can't because I told you not to marry her." So his lover is mad that he's a married man now. So Jamshid storms off and leaves the room. After he leaves, Nari comes out of her hiding spot and walks onto the balcony. She's surprised but not shocked. She didn't let Muqtadir know she saw anything. She felt sorry for him, but they didn't do anything that night. He was too drunk anyway. So getting back to Dara, Manasseh, and Kaveh, they've all agreed on a plan of attack. Vezarish the demon will conjure up some ghouls to help fight on the day of the attack. Dara is training and using the 40 royal guards who defected from Davabad. Their one secret weapon is, and a wild card, is a giant river serpent. Dara found out that the Merid owed him a favor because he was killed by a Merid. Even though Ali stabbed him to death, he was possessed by a Merid water creature when he did it. So technically, Dara was killed by a Merid. When you're killed by a Merid, they owe you a debt or a favor. So the favor to Dara is that when he gets close to Davabad on the day of attack, the Merid will turn the Gozan River into a giant water serpent and bring down Davabad's citadel tower. So their plan of attack is set. They have Vezarish the demon with his army of ghouls, the giant Gozan River serpent, and Dara and his 40 guards, and Manasseh. Manasseh will fly over the Davabad's wall on a Shadu, a winged lion that Dara will conjure up for her. She'll fly over Davabad's wall just before the Gozan River Serpent brings down the Citadel Tower. There's another, even more dangerous weapon that Manasseh has come up with. One way more dangerous than any other weapon. Manasseh has come up with a poisonous potion, a vapor that will spread like a fog through Davabad. It will kill all the people of Davabad, the Shafids and all the Jinn and Amgazira people. All people who wear a piece of jewelry or relic, or a Gaziri relic, a piece of which is like a piece of Gazira jewelry. they will automatically be killed by the deadly vapor. Most people who live in Davisbad are Gaziri, mainly the royal family, which of course is King Ghazan, his children, Prince Muqtadir, Prince Ali, and Princess Zainab, of course, wear these Gaziri relics. Dara doesn't so much agree with this plan of attack, even those who aren't Gaziri wear Gaziri relics, so many will die from the fog. Dara only wants to see Ali and King Ghazan killed. He feels that killing other innocent Gaziri women and children is cruel. When he refuses that line of attack, Maniza waves her hand over him and reminds him that he is under her command. There's nothing he could do but go along with her. At this point, he only wants to rescue Nari and kill Ali. So, so they plan their attack. They plan to attack during the first day of Navastim, a big celebration the day where people have once in a century. It's a month-long celebration. It's a large celebration with festivals and parades. After Ed, though, during the first part of the book, Ali was living in a town called Bir Nabit. He was banished, a town that he was banished to by his father, King Ghazan. But he's there in Davisbad now for the Navasteen celebration. So now everything is set and planned. But I have to add that Oniza has released the fog a few days earlier than she told Dara, and the men sheet released it. But Kaveh knows she's released the fog. She's also given Kaveh some of the poisonous potion. The potion is in a large gem inside a brass ring that he wears on his finger. The day of attack comes and everything goes down just as planned. During the parade Nari is participating in, she hears a loud crash. The giant Gozan serpent has leapt over the walls and crashed into the Dahabad Citadel Tower as planned and destroyed it. The walls of Dahabad have been breached by a band of Vizarisha's ghouls, along with 40 of Dara's soldiers. Then, as planned, Niza flies over Dahabad's walls on a winged lion Dara conjured up. She flies off toward the palace. Right away, King Ghazan hears that the city is under attack. He also finds out that it's Maniza and that his grand wizard Kaveh has been helping her. He quickly commands the royal guards to bring Kaveh to him. He already has his son Jamshid in his custody. He also has Nari with him. The guards bring Kaveh to him. Ghazan tells Kaveh that he knows he's been conspired with Maniza, and he has Nari there too, and tells her to write a letter declaring she was involved with the conspiracy. When she refuses, he tells Kaveh he'll kill Jamshid. She refuses. When she refuses, Ghazan turns to give the order to have Jamshid killed. Kaveh curses and lurches at King Ghazan. Ghazan slaps him to the floor and kicks him in the face. In the same instant, Kaveh takes the brass ring he's wearing, cracks it open on the stone floor. The Maniza's poisonous potion pours out from the ring, and the vapor wraps around King Ghazan's body, into his head and ears, and he falls onto the floor and dies. At last, the evil king is dead. After the deadly vapor kills Ghazan, Nari makes it to Ali, Muqtadir, and Zainab to warn them about the deadly vapor. They snatch their Gaziri relics off just in time before the vapor reaches them, so they survive and the vapor doesn't harm them. Somehow, Dara and Vezarich the Ifrit catches up with Ali and they get him alone. Dara and Varish try to force Dara's old emerald ring onto Ali's hand, and Varish tries to kill him and steal his soul. Prince Muqtadir and Nari intervene and helps Ali fight Dara and Vezarich off. Vezarich runs off. Ali and Muqtadir Nari are left fighting Dara. Muqtadir gets the better of Dara and holds him off while Ali and Nari run off to the palace, back to King Ghazan's body. They have to So Ali and Nari had to rush over to the palace to King Ghazan's body before Manasseh reaches him. Remember, Manasseh's main goal is to obtain King Solomon's seal ring in order to take over David. Ali informs Nari that the ring is inside of King Ghazan's heart. It has to be cut out, burned, and the ring lifted out of the ashes. To make it to the palace in time, they have to make it to the palace in time before the Manasseh gets there. They find Ghazan's body. Nari cuts out his heart. The heart has already turned to ashes, and she lifts the ring out of the body. She tries to give the ring to Ali and tells him it's rightfully his because he's in line to the throne. He refuses to take it and says he doesn't want it. Whoever wears the ring is bound to it. It becomes part of their body, and the wearer can never leave David. He tells her to take it because she's Nahid, and David originally belonged to her people anyway. She doesn't want to wear it either, or be bound to David's because she wants to go back to Cairo. So as they fussing and going back and forth about the ring, Manasseh breaks into the room. For the first time, Nari meets her mother and shocked that she's alive. Nari is confused, and this is how their conversation goes. I was told you were dead. Kaveh told me he found your murdered body decades ago. Manasseh's expression turns solemn. A necessary deception, I pray you could eventually forgive me. You were taken from me as a child by the Merid, and I feared I lost you forever. When I learned you had fallen into Ghazan's hands, the things that I'm sure he subjected you to, I'm so sorry, Nari. But I promise you are safe now. So Manasseh tells Nari to give her the ring, but Nari is hesitant because she sees the havoc she's caused in David's bed and all the innocent people she's killed with the poisonous fog that she released on the city. She feels she'll be just a dangerous ruler as Ghazan was, and Ali tells her she's just as bad as Ghazan and reminds her that she brought Dara and the Ifrit demon Varish and his ghouls to attack David's bed, and she should never hold Solomon's seal ring or rule the city over the city. Knowing that Manasseh is her mother, Nari feels they are on the same side, so she quickly slips the ring onto Ali's finger. Ali yells out because although he didn't want Manasseh to have the ring, he surely didn't want it himself. But it's too late, and the ring sinks into his skin, and it's a part of his body now. Manasseh yells out at Nari and calls her a fool for giving the ring to him when that was bad rightfully belonged to the Nahid. Seeing no other way out of the situation, Nari knows her and Ali will have to escape from Manasseh. They're standing on a wall over a lake near at the Grand Temple. She grabs Ali's hand and jumps off the wall into the lake. Just then, Dara has made it to the temple and into the room where Manasseh is looking over the wall down the lake they just jumped in. Dara immediately asks them, "Where are they?" Manasseh tells him, "It's gone. They're gone." She gave him she gave the seal ring to that sandfly. Dara replied, "What? You can't mean?" She continued, "I mean exactly as I say. I should have known better. I should have known not to trust her. She deceived me, mocked me, and then she gave them Solomon's seal, our ancestor seal, back to the people who stole it." Dara yelled, "Where are they?" Manasseh, "Where are they?" She answered, "They jumped." Dara said, "They did what?" Manasseh repeated, "They jumped." I tried to reason with her, but that jinn got his claws in her mind. Dara stared down at the lake and said, "The water's moving. I'm going to find her." Manasseh commanded him stop. He snapped at her, I have done everything you asked. I have been your ashman. I have killed your enemies and bloodied our home. You can grant me a few moments to find out whether she's alive." Manasseh responded, "Nari isn't what's important right now, Dara." She abruptly pointed up. "That's it." Dara glanced up. The sky above the palace was shattering. Dara was bewildered. "What is going on?" He looked at Maniza. She was looking down and pricked her thumb with a knife. The blood dripped, and her thumb did not heal. The color left her face. My magic is gone. Dara looked around, thinking of how suddenly Multadir had healed, and said, I don't think it is your magic alone. I think it's all of Dababad's. So Nari's magic is somehow gone, and all the lights in Dababad is telling us that the magic in the city is gone too. So finally the story ends with the last scene, and I'm confused because I thought whoever ended up with the ring that they were forever bound to the city of Dababad, but it ends up with Ali and Nari washing up on the shore of a river. They aren't in Dababad. Nari wakes up dazed and confused on the shore and hears Ali yelling, "You have to take us back, Nari, please. They have my sister. They have everything. You should have never given me that ring. You should have never taken us away." She's confused and says, "I haven't taken us anywhere." He says, "Then why are we here?" Nari glanced around where he was pointing. She stood up and realized they were in Cairo. And the last word spoken in the book, Nari says, "I'm home." Okay. So really, this is how it ends with Nari saying, "I'm home." She ends up back in Cairo. So what happened to Davisbad? And where's Zainab? What's going to happen to Muntadir and Kaveh? What is Maniza going to do without her magic? And where'd that punk ass demon Vezarich, who was helping them, disappear off to? I know most books end in a cliffhanger. This is not a good cliffhanger. This writer, she think we really gonna run out to buy the sequel, The Empire of Gold, to find out what the hell happened to Nari and Ali's monkey asses. Look at her. That's her, the author, S.A. Chakraborty, giving everybody the side eye. Y'all know what she thinking. Yeah, The Empire of Gold is already being sold out. Kingdom of Copper was over 600 pages long. No telling how long the next book is. But at least King Gazan is dead now. That's the good part. Okay, I probably will buy The Empire of Gold. I'm not going to read it straight off. I need a break from her. I need a break from her writing. But I do admit I want to know what the heck happened to Dara, Maniza, Muntadir, Kaveh, and the rest who were left back at Davisbad, especially Maniza. She lost her powers. And how would she rule over Davisbad without her magic? So I'm pretty sure I will buy the sequel, The Empire Gold. But I won't read it right away. Anywho, I'll be moving on to another book. I'm going to switch gears and go for some high fantasy. My next review will be something based off of my favorite fairy tale, The Wizard of Oz, called Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. This is going to be good. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe.